Human cells function within a specific physical threshold. If your internal body temperature rises by 11 degrees Fahrenheit, or if your blood pH shifts by 0.5, those cells stop functioning and begin to die. To prevent this, the body relies on a constant state of internal stability known as homeostasis. In the 19th century, the French physiologist Claude Bernard identified this as the milieu intérieur, the internal environment. This environment is a massive logistics operation. The average adult body holds 40 liters of total water. 25 liters reside inside your cells as intracellular fluid, while the remaining 15 liters make up the extracellular fluid. This 15-liter ocean flows outside your cells, providing the exact chemical conditions required for life. It carries high concentrations of sodium and chloride, along with the nutrients and oxygen your cells must pull from the fluid to survive. Maintaining this fluid's composition requires constant coordination. Oxygen enters through the lungs, nutrients are absorbed by the gut, and metabolic waste products like urea and uric acid are filtered out and excreted by the kidneys. Protecting this 15-liter baseline against the external environment is a continuous requirement. It relies on thousands of automated control systems that run in the background to ensure the continuity of life. Most of these systems follow a 5-step biological circuit. It starts with a stimulus, which is detected by a receptor, analyzed by a control center, acted on by an effector, and ends with a stabilizing response. When blood sugar rises after a meal, the high glucose level acts as the stimulus. This change is detected by receptors on the alpha cells of the pancreas. The pancreas, acting as the control center, releases insulin. This hormone signals the effectors, your body's tissue cells, to pull glucose out of the blood. The response is a drop in blood sugar back to a stable baseline. Physiologists define this sequence as negative feedback. The body senses an error or an excess and deploys a counter-response to reverse the change. This also regulates arterial blood pressure. If pressure rises too high, stretch receptors called baroreceptors signal the brain's vasomotor center. This slows your heart rate and dilates your blood vessels until the pressure returns to normal. We can measure the effectiveness of these systems using the mathematical formula for feedback gain, the correction divided by the remaining error. If a blood pressure spike is reduced by 50 millimeters, but a 25 millimeter error persists, you have a gain of -2. These negative feedback loops act as mathematical shock absorbers. They ensure that daily environmental shifts don't cause the internal environment to collapse. Sometimes the body cannot wait for an error to occur. In these cases, it uses feed-forward control to anticipate a disruption before the body's internal state actually changes. When you are exposed to extreme cold, thermoreceptors in your skin send an immediate warning to your brain. Your muscles begin shivering to generate heat before your internal core temperature has a chance to drop. Occasionally, the body employs positive feedback. Unlike the negative feedback used for stability, this mechanism amplifies a stimulus to push a process to completion. Positive feedback can be lethal. If a person loses 2 liters of blood, the drop in pressure starves the heart muscle of oxygen. This weakens the heart, further reducing pressure in a cycle that repeats until the system fails. Because of this risk, the body reserves positive feedback for specific events that require an explosive endpoint. During childbirth, uterine contractions trigger a hormonal loop that intensifies the contractions until delivery. In healing, the formation of a blood clot triggers chemical reactions that draw in more platelets until the vessel is plugged. While negative feedback maintains a constant status quo, positive feedback is used sparingly for irreversible events, whether that is birth, blood clotting, or death. While these circuits follow universal patterns, the specific numbers behind homeostasis vary between individuals. This is known as physiological variability. The textbook standard of a 70-kilogram male is a limited metric. Factors like age, biological sex, and genetics dictate different baselines for different bodies, affecting everything from total water percentages to hormonal levels. This coordination requires constant communication between 40 trillion human cells and billions of symbiotic microbes. Every cell contributes its own local controls to the total function of the body. Homeostasis is a dynamic process of constant adjustment. It is a continuous, automated response to the challenges of daily life, maintaining internal stability despite the external environment. If you want to dive deeper into physiology, hit the like button and subscribe. You can find detailed notes and illustrations in the description below.